So let's say now we decide that we're going to go ahead and lease to this Mr. John Doe that saw your property online, and he will get a welcome login portal. And as you see right here, it's personalized for him. Welcome John Doe. And over here is all the information that he can use to view information about his property. So let's just say, for example, he wants to start to see what his current rent balance is. You click on this, and it gives you a breakdown of what his balance, it's a running balance, and it'll show what his pet deposit was, $200. And then you can see that he had a security deposit of $850 and rent of $125. His rent was prorated for this example. Then he can see, okay, what was my payment history? It goes right here. Since he moved in mid-August, there was a prorated rent, and he was billed $125. And it shows right here that his balance due is $125. Now, let's say that he wants to make a payment. Well, there we go. So he goes right in here, puts in the amount that he wants to pay, puts in his banking information, his routing number, his account number, all this information here to pay, checking or savings. Then he goes right here, pay with a debit card, pay with a credit card, and he can pay with any kind of credit card. Go back to the site. So now let's say he wants to sign up on auto payments. Well, right here we put it in. John Doe, he's going to pay $850 a month. It's due on the 1st. The payment will come out 1 day prior rent is due. Puts in his banking information. Comes down here. Address is already propagated that he's living in. There's a $1 fee, and submit. So now let's say he wants to make a service request. Let's say the HVAC is not working. Say living room, and air conditioning does not work. And you submit. And what happens is this information gets sent right to our office manager. So now we're going to close out of here, and we're going to go into property management, and we're going to look for John Doe. So as you see here, this is John Doe. This is when he moved in. It's a lease of 12 months. That shows his move-in date. That's what his deposit was, his rent, first month's rent, the leasing agent. Now you see here, this is all the information that he put in online. All this information was put in by him. And this is after we have verified his landlord, his employment, and done the tenant screening. So now, all of his leases information is right here, if you want to view it. This is his lease. And obviously you can print it or email it, or you can save it to your own file if you want it for your records. But it's always going to be here. So now, let's go ahead and look here. And if, let's say, we wanted to send a certain form to that tenant, we have all these forms. So let's just say we're going to send this tenant a eviction notice because they haven't paid their rent. We simply click on this, we create the document, and to John Doe that he owes $125. Shows the dates that he lived there, and we send that off via the mail. Okay. Now, get out of this. Let's say we want to see some information on this property. We can go right here. These are all the reports that you, the owner, get to see. So let's say you want to see a delinquency report. Select by property. And we're going to select 1, 2, 3 example. No. There we go. So now there is example street 1, 2, 3, and that's the information. That shows 30, 60, 120 days. Now if we want to we can look at the general ledger, the profit loss, the unit status, the vacancy, the rent roll. We can look at this is everything that you can see on your information, and you'll be able to view all this information on the site.